Welcome, Warrior fans. TJ Scholes here with Kyle Harris. Crooked Oak High School, the Washington Warriors, the #1 ranked team in Class 2A, set to face the Crooked Oak and Roughnecks on a nice, cool, brisk evening in Oklahoma City. We're going to go ahead and turn it over to the Coaches Show with Brad Beller and Stuart McPherson.
Welcome, everyone. Week number 9 of the Brad Beller's Coaches Show for the Washington Warriors. Washington with a big victory last week over Holdenville as the Wolverines came to town for homecoming, and it was a big homecoming win, 69-0. The Warriors with a victory, and this week Washington gets ready for 2 games, a JV game against Hobart's varsity on Thursday night, and then the varsity team travels up to Crooked Oak to take on the Roughnecks on Friday night. We're going to talk all that when we come back with Coach Brad Beller right after this. Back with the head coach, Brad Beller of the Washington Warriors. Brad, we said it earlier in the year that when you scored 52 against Lindsay, that was a record for a half. Now you've scored 62 in a half.
Yeah. It was I've never been a part of a game like that. I've never been a part of a game where you score 49 points in a quarter.
Right.
It was a very, it just snowballed so fast that it's a game like that is very hard to manage. Harder to manage that than it is sometimes just a high school game, a regular game.
I've never seen, Brad, and I've been around athletics for a long time. I'm 60 years old. I've been around athletics that I can remember, now for probably 48 years. I've never seen the officials run the clock in the first quarter in a varsity high school football game.
No, and
that happened.
And they wanted to run it. There was still 6 minutes to go. Was the first time that we were asked if we could go ahead and run the clock. My statement was, we got to see, something on the other end that they're not just going to keep throwing the ball. And then with another 2 interceptions after that statement was made, the officials went ahead and made that decision. Yeah. And so, I don't blame them. I just was trying to. I knew that if they continued to throw the ball, that could potentially happen.
Yeah.
So 9 turnovers, 8 interceptions. That's a great job on our end. Some of the things that we did, we haven't done well all year, and we were in the correct position. And made things worse for them because we played so well. But I've never been a part of anything like that.
Yeah, it was quite the show. And again, you got 3 pick six.
Yeah.
Early in the game, and that really set the tone for the rest of the night. In that you could really just do about what you wanted to.
We did, and we script out usually our first 8 plays. Sometimes it has to adjust depending on the situation. If it's not a normal, down and distance situation or yard line situation, but we didn't make it through. We didn't make it. I think we had to stop at 2 and then deviate on 3, and then we kind of got back on schedule for 4 and 5, and then it was already out of hand. And so I think we ended up getting 5 regular plays with our ones before some of the switches and everything started taking place. But I was very proud of the way that our guys came out. I know that you can just chalk it up to a team not playing well, but at the same, and there was some of that. But I was very proud of some of the execution that we did, the technique that we played with, the effort that we played with. I was very proud of our team.
Cut down on penalties.
We did. That was a big one. When
Yeah.
we had only 1 penalty that affected yardage, that was huge. And I really liked the way that our older guys celebrated the success of our younger guys during the game. Sometimes you worry about that, but when we get in film and those younger guys are in there, we check and we want to see who's paying attention, who's running the fence. And I was very proud of our guys when Jake Coles picks it on the last play and he's running down the field. Our high school guys, our upperclassmen are running down the field just as excited as it was if it was a first group guy. So overall, it was a good night, a hard night to manage, but a good night of football.
Well, anytime again you get just as you did last week, you get to get everybody in the ball game.
Yep.
That's got to be a big plus.
Oh, anytime that those guys work just as hard, and they sometimes take a beating from our older guys. So I was very excited to see that. You know, the more games that you get that, the better. It means you're doing well, or you're getting blown out. But you know, in our case, it's been doing well. The only concern is we got to try to somehow keep our starters game ready and game shape for week 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, hopefully. And that's the only concern coming out of that game.
Yeah, because you're not looking. It's not looking favorable for Friday night being that way. That it could turn into a similar situation. Plus, your JV's playing on Thursday night, so you don't want those guys to have to turn around, and they're going to play a full 48 minutes Thursday night against Hobart.
And we're taking 35 guys on the JV team to try to alleviate that as much as possible. We get Rope injured. We're waiting on his. Hopefully we'll know something pretty soon on his injury report. But, we don't want to go up there and play those guys for 3 quarters and it be a blowout, and then all of a sudden someone gets hurt and you're up big. And so we've let our JV guys and our second group guys know, listen, when you come back, you're going to have to turn around and play again. So, Wednesday in practice, they're not going to hit. They hit one day this week on Tuesday. Checked with Leslie, our trainer, to make sure that was the smart thing to do. She said that is by far the smartest thing that you can do, is to limit them to 1 day of contact instead of 2. So trying to keep those guys as fresh as we can, because they will have to play some.
Well, and you have practice this week, because I think everybody probably learned from OU, who took off on Monday, didn't practice last Monday before they played Kansas, and how they came out so flat. Again, your guys didn't come out flat. They were ready to play.
They were, and I think that they're starting to realize, we can go in on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and put in our time. Our practices have been high tempo, finishing 15, 20 minutes before the practice script even calls. I think they're starting to realize that those habits will carry over on Friday. If your tempo is good on, during the week, that will carry over on Friday. On likewise, if you don't have good practice habits, or you're not even practicing at all, then that can ultimately end up costing you whenever it counts the most.
Brad, let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk about the games this week. Thursday night again at Hobart, and Friday night at Crooked Oak. We'll be back with the coach right after this. Back with the head coach of the Washington Warriors, Brad Beller. Brad, a unique situation. We discussed this before we went on the air. I've been around Washington for 30 years. I don't ever remember this happening in the 30 years that our junior varsity goes and plays a varsity football game. First time, and again, that I think attributes back to our numbers and our program, our success in the program. You see big schools. You see last year you went to Newcastle, but you played their varsity. We've had some opportunities that we've had to bring a big school's JV in just to fill in a schedule, but now we're filling in somebody's schedule.
Yeah, that's for a 2A school, you don't see that a whole lot.
Right.
And
I don't think you see that at all.
At all. And we told our guys, Colt being one of my best friends, that you're trying to do him a favor by playing a game, and his kids deserve that. Our program also deserves this. I really feel like you said, these kids work so hard year round. They deserve the opportunity to go out and see what it's like on Friday Night Lights, and they're
the starter.
And they're the starter.
Yep.
I think Coach Bryan said it the best. He said, this is a program builder. Regardless of winning or losing, this is a program builder, because these freshmen and sophomores, they're going to trot out there next year on a Friday night, and they're going to be starting, and it won't look like it will on Friday night, this last Friday, because they're 14, 15-year-old kids going against 18-year-old men, and we're still expecting to go out there and do good. So this is a program builder where we should be proud as coaches, we should be proud as a community, and we should definitely be proud as players that we're getting this opportunity, and that our program has that opportunity and ability to go and play in a high school game with our JV.
Well, everybody's listening to this on Friday, so we'll already have known the outcome of that ball game. But like you said, it's not so much a win and loss deal. This is about getting people better.
It is, and I really we have some young guys that can really play. If you look at our record, our 6th and 7th grade, 8-0. You know, we turn around and we go 5-3, which was an improvement with our 8th grade group from whenever they were 7th grade. Go undefeated in our freshman ball. We're undefeated right now in JV. We're undefeated in high school. You know, that is a testament to a lot of people. That's kids, coaches, you know, community of what our expectations are. And so, you know, this is a big deal, and I'm ready to see. And hopefully, whenever you're hearing this, you know, we're excited about what the outcome was.
Well, Brad, I noticed. Again, talking about the program here, we've been ranked number 1 before different times throughout the years. But, again, this is another testament. I think this is the first time I've ever seen us ranked on the East Side. The East Side newspapers have us ranked number 1 as well.
Yeah, I've never seen that. We usually don't get any credit at all.
No.
Maybe back in the mid-'90s when we were going through, did we get when you had Jason Kilmer and the Tulsa world really fell in love with Jason Kilmer. But, you know, last year whenever we made our title run and we've upset, if they want to call it upset, Holland Hall 2 previous years, we had beaten Beggs. You know, we had beaten Adair. I think that kind of opened their eyes to maybe we haven't beat Metro, but we've beaten a lot of teams. And so for us to be ranked on that and what, you know, Mr. Brown does up there with the Tulsa World, it shows that he's doing his due diligence in looking into some of the best programs.
Right. Well, it's that time of year that we're looking forward to the playoffs. So we've got the game tonight with Crooked Oak. Then next week you're at Christian Heritage on the road again to finish up, and then the playoffs start. So it's coming really quick. It's been a fast season already. 8 games in, and you're 8-0.
Flown by.
Yeah.
We sit in the coach's office sometimes, and usually you're thinking about right now you feel is about week 5 and you're week 9, you know, about to get ready for your final regular season game of the year. It's definitely flying by. It's been a fun group, and we've had our trials and tribulation, but that's what makes it so special at the end of the day. So this is a good group.
Crooked Oak comes in. They won their first ball game at the beginning of the year, beat Conowall, and then that's been it. So this is going to be another game that you've got to keep your focus. And I'm sure it was tough this week trying to prepare with 2.
It was difficult.
2 games is what I was talking about.
It was very difficult for our coaches to try to keep track of what we were working at that period. If I would go back and do it differently, maybe a little bit, but we were trying to intertwine, you know, what we were doing. It was hard on the coaches, but I thought they did a good job. And, you know, the film that we've given them of Crooked Oak, the good news is they jumped up on Christian Heritage 13-0. They have a really good wide receiver. They have a big, strong quarterback. They struggle up front. But the wide receiver and the quarterback was just throwing it up, and he was going and getting it. And the quarterback got out a couple of times. And so they do have a couple of skill positions that if you're not locked in and you struggle and, you know, playing your technique and getting a line, they can hurt you. You know, but we'll find out a lot about our mental maturity and physical maturity being able to go through this on Thursday and Friday.
Well, Brad, let's wrap it up and let's talk about the keys to victory tonight over the Roughnecks.
Biggest thing is kind of what we just talked about, being mentally in tune and locked into what we got to do, and you know, take care of the football, continue to eliminate the penalties, and the scoreboard will be what it is.
Well, Brad, it's going to be a fun week. It's going to be a busy week. You guys enjoy playing 2 football games. That's what coaches love to do anyways, coach football games. So you're going to enjoy it.
As much as the players talk about, you know, I wish we didn't have to practice as much, we could play more. Coaches, no, practice is where it's made. We still like the Friday Night Lights.
Yeah.
We like the sidelines. We like the feeling of that, just like the fans and the players do. So we're really looking forward to.
It'll be
to
a
this.
Different. You're used to playing some JV games, but now you're going to a varsity where the band's going to be performing. It's homecoming for Hobart, so it's going to be truly just another varsity football game.
Yeah, what cracked the
a
JV,
look at next year.
Yes, and what's funny is the JV guys even asked, you know, what are you guys going to have headsets? Are you going to be? Well, we're going to be in polos. We're going to be dressed up just like a game. Pre-game's going to be just like a game. It's not going to be like a JV or a junior high game where you
Right.
walk out there with 10 minutes on the clock and warm up and go. You're going to have true preparation for the game. And with us having 34 and only having to start 3 both ways is a true, view of what this program has hopefully built into. And us starting 6 sophomores on the varsity team, we don't even have our true freshmen and sophomores. We're playing a ton of guys that are truly freshmen with some sophomores sprinkled in. So the future's bright for what our program is, and hopefully, throughout the rest of this year and this playoff run will show how hard these guys have worked.
Well, Brad, best of luck to you and the Warriors tonight at Crooked Oak. We'll be back with Coach Beller next week to talk about both games. We'll talk about Hobart game and the Crooked Oak game and getting ready for Christian Heritage. Brad, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
For the coach, Brad Beller, I'm Stuart McPherson. Stay tuned on KBLP to the Lindsay Leopards Coaches Show. And if you're on Squirtle, TJ and Kyle will be with you from Crooked Oak for more of the pregame. Good night, everybody.
Welcome, Warrior fans. TJ Scholes here with Kyle Harris in Oklahoma City. The Warriors are set to face Crooked Oak High School. The Roughnecks of Crooked Oak. Set to kick for Crooked Oak is number 6, Uriel Mendez. Back to receive, number 8, Ben Vaughn, and number 26, Braden Arthur. Braden Arthur, last night, late night last night for him. He came back from Hobart last night with a victory. The JV went to Hobart and spoiled their homecoming with a 3-touchdown victory over the Bearcats. Kyle, it's football weather, right? Cold weather, a little windy.
Finally indoors too, TJ. We're the one night we probably should be outside. We're stuck here indoors, press box here. Got a good little setup though, so
Yeah, nice press box.
We'll enjoy it.
Mendez with the squib kick. Taken by, looks like Cade Norman, and he's pushing it up towards past the 40 and into the 35-yard line for the Washington Warriors, and they'll start off with great field position, Kyle. We talked about how there might be a chance that the Warriors special teams could be deadly tonight, and even on the squib kick, they were able to get a good return.
Yeah, Washington coming in 8-0 tonight, TJ. Number 1 team in the state. Crooked Oak coming in at 1-7, so only one win here on the year, and we'll look to see if this Washington offense can get off to a good start. In games like this, that's got to be a must.
Cantrell starting for the Warriors. He's looking to pass. Kobe Scott on the out route. He catches at the 20 and is wrapped up and tackled by number 31, Victor Cordero. A nice gain on first down. Gives the Warriors another first down at the 15-yard line.
Pretty good start you want to see, TJ. Not much coverage there on Kobe. Major was able to roll out there and hit him, pick up a big first down for this Washington Oak.
Handoff goes to Cole Scott. Passed the 1,000-yard rushing mark on the season, and he's almost to the 5-yard line after crawling over a defender. Number 8 for the Crooked Oak Roughnecks, Pablo Rodriguez, with the tackle.
Cole Scott from the carry picks up.
Bring up 1st and goal for the Warriors.
I'm sure we'll see a lot of the Cole Scott show tonight, TJ, for whatever they're going to stay in the ball game. I'm sure we're going to see him run quite a bit. You keep this clock moving and try to stack up some yards for him.
Looked like a false start. No penalty was thrown. Cole Scott gets stacked up about the 3, brought down by a host of Roughnecks. Bring up 2nd and goal. A little movement there. You wonder if the officials were just wanting to keep this game going. I know it's early in the
keep the penalties down.
If you look at the records, you can assume that this game could get out of hand early. We'll talk about last week's game. Cantrell rolls to the left on the bootleg. Pass intended for number 21, Lane Steele. Pressure brought by number 28, Miguel Villegas from Crooked Oak. The 3rd down and goal from the 4.
Major underthrew that ball just a little bit. Had a little bit of pressure, TJ. Like you said, Miguel was back there pretty quick and had to get rid of that ball, just underthrown just a little bit, and they'll reset right here.
Cantrell looking to pass to Hendricks in the end zone. And he catches it. Touchdown, Warriors.
It's kind of a
5-yard.
low touchdown call by the ref.
We were waiting for it. He looked like he caught it from up here. But a 5-yard touchdown pass from Major Cantrell to Luke Hendricks gets the Warriors on the board first. Good field position set up by the kick return by Cade Norman. Low snap is able to be corralled by Jax Hendricks, and the kick is up and good by Sam Hegeman. 9:46 to go in the first quarter. The Warriors lead 7-0. You're watching Warrior football on WashingtonWarriors.tv.
In front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Hey Warrior fans, this is Brian Arthur. My wife Jennifer and I are proud sponsors of the Washington Warriors and would like to wish all the Warriors and their coaches the best of luck this season. When you need a locally owned company that you can trust, look no further. For over 20 years, we have offered all of our customers the best products and services in the industry. Whether it's residential or commercial, we got you covered. Give us a call or visit our website.
Welcome back to Crooked Oak, where the Warriors lead 7-0 after a touchdown pass from Major Cantrell to Luke Hendricks on 3rd and goal from the 5. Warriors set to kick off with freshman Mason Thomas, another one of those players who had a late night. We'll talk about that game a little bit as this game goes through, but a bunch of players played last night for the Warriors in the JV game against Hobart. Thomas kicks it off, and it's received by a Crooked Oak receiver, Cage Morris, able to tackle the roughneck down at the 18-yard line. That was number 6 for Crooked Oak, Uriel Mendez. And the Roughnecks will start their first possession at the Crooked Oak 18-yard line. Crooked Oak comes out with spread formation. Big quarterback, number 8, Pablo Rodriguez. And he has nothing going on the first possession.
Dom Jackson on that play lit up the middle right there, getting off the ball, and absolutely blew that up. That play went nowhere right there, TJ.
Lost of 1 yard on the play, brings up 2nd and 11.
I said Dom Jackson. That's 53 Caleb Bruce.
Caleb Bruce,
check
yeah.
Check me on that. I thought it was Dom.
Crooked Oak looking to pass, and pass is deflected by Rhett Vaughn.
Almost had an INT there.
He had one last week.
TJ,
against
talking
Holdenville.
about INTs. Do you realize last week that the first 2 plays from scrimmage were we had 2 TDs, first 2 plays of scrimmage, and then within 4 minutes of that game, we had 5 touchdowns.
2 pick sixes.
Yes.
8 interceptions total. Great job by the Warriors secondary last week. Quarterback's going to keep it, run to the right. He's being chased by some Warriors. Nathan Spalding and Rhett Vaughn able to track him down for a couple-yard loss. Will bring up a 4th down. Pablo Rodriguez not able to find anything on that right side of the field, and the Roughnecks will have to kick.
Yeah, tried to run outside the tackles there, and like you said, swarm of Warriors right there. Knocked him about 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Roughnecks will punt here on 4th down, it looks to be.
Mendez, the punter, left-footed kicker for the Roughnecks, set to receive is Lane Steele. Line drive punt gets Lane Steele a chance to return. He's at the 30. He's looking for a room to run.
He's got a hole.
Looking for some patience. Now cuts it across field. 10, 5, touchdown Warriors. A 50-yard touchdown punt return by senior Lane Steele puts the Warriors on the board again.
TJ, when Lane caught that ball, there was no coverage there. Lane was able to let his blockers get out in front of him there and made a good cutback. Hit them Jets and in for another 6.
Lane Steele having a great year at that return position for the Warriors. Sam Hegeman on for the extra point attempt. Better snap this time. Kick is up, and it's good. With 7:54 to go in the first quarter, the Warriors lead 14-0. You're watching Warrior football on WashingtonWarriors.tv.
B&H Construction is a proud Warrior partner. They are the leading directional drilling contractor with major operational hubs all over Oklahoma and in Texas. Their involvement in and support of our community goes far beyond utility construction. They're also a good neighbor and friend. When experience and safety count, your best source for directional drilling is B&H Construction. Go Warriors!
Darren Beller and Jason Hendricks, owners of Air Product Supply in Goldsview, are proud to sponsor the Washington Warriors on Squirtle for the 2021 season. APS is the regional distributor of Climate Master geothermal heat and air equipment and Lux Air and Oxbox as well. If you are looking for a local heat and air service company.
Welcome back to Crooked Oak High School. Warriors lead 14-0 after a 50-yard punt return by Lane Steele. Mason Thomas tees the ball up. Drives the ball deep to Uriel Mendez, who gets it at the 15. Tanner Olson barely misses him in the backfield, but his other teammates, Mason Thomas and Mason Singletary, are able to push Mendez out of bounds.
Always like the kicker getting upfield there, making a play. Last line of defense there was able to knock him out of bounds, and Roughnecks will start here on about the 26. Try to make a run at it here.
Warriors coming off a 69-0 beatdown of the Holdenville Wolverines last week at Reed Field. Scoring quick again tonight. Rodriguez in the shotgun formation for the Roughnecks. Takes a snap and hands it off.
Blown up.
Running back.
Who was it?
Brought down Damoni Halt. Excuse me, number 40. That is Brian Perez. Slung down by a Washington defender. I didn't get the number.
36.
Keller Howard.
Yeah, Keller Howard.
Bring up second down and 12 for the Roughnecks. Roughnecks operating out of a spread formation. Rodriguez looking to pass, throwing it towards Kobe Scott, and he has intercepted it. Pass intended for number 4, Davion Hill. Kobe Scott's able to get off his defender. There is a flag on the play.
Looks like we're going to have a little push off here on Kobe. They're going to get pass interference on him, which really unfortunate. TJ, that ball was underthrown. Kind of had to push off the defender to come back and get it, but nevertheless, whatever the ref says,
that's what it goes, right? It's going to give the Roughnecks a first down on the play. Kyle, last week, 69-0, 8 interceptions, 3 pick sixes.
It was 42-0 in the first quarter, wasn't it?
Might have been 49-0.
49-0.
They scored quick and often. Put Holden away early. Rodriguez takes the snap, tosses it out to the flats. Pass is incomplete. Pass intended for number 34, Angel Horado. Make a second down for the Roughnecks. Go ahead, Kyle.
That ball sat on the turf for just a minute. You almost want your defenders to go after that ball, TJ. You're not sure if that ball's thrown behind the line of scrimmage. I know the coaches were kind of running at it over there, so Crooked Oak reset it right here, second down and 10. See if they stay in the air. Last two plays they try to go to the air here, and they haven't had much success on the ground. So we'll see if they can mix it up. And
tough to run against this Warrior defense. Holdenville last week with negative 26 yards rushing. The week before there was a lot of negative yards too against Lexington.
Penalty before the play.
There is a penalty. See what the white hat calls.
Well, we have one called at the line of scrimmage.
It's a sideline warning on Washington.
I was about to say, and then about 2 minutes after the whistle, the back judge threw his pink flag.
Pink flags for October month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So the officials tonight showing their support. Rodriguez, little miscommunication. Pass was intended for number 4, Davion Hill. That's their number 1 target that they like to try to get the ball to. Rodriguez thought he was going deep, but he kind of stopped about 10 yards, didn't he, Kyle?
Yep, just kind of stopped in his tracks. Luckily, Kobe kind of stopped with him, or that ball probably would have been intercepted. Kobe Scott was only about 7 yards from that ball from going to getting that one. So Crooked Oak reset here on 3rd down. See if they can make something happen, TJ. They've had a couple penalties bail them out here.
False start, yeah.
30, 34.
Yeah, Angel Jurado jumped the snap a little bit.
Crooked Oak will back it up 5.
5-yard penalty will make it 3rd and 15.
Let you pronounce some of these names tonight.
I'm going to give a shout out to my high school Spanish teacher and Coach Orr. Hopefully he's listening tonight. Our high school Spanish teachers, he can give me some tips next week. Rodriguez getting blitzed by Hayden Milner, looking to set up the screen, but it was blown up. Good pressure provided by the junior defensive end who got his first touchdown last week of his career, Kyle, in the tight end position.
Yeah, and you don't see that much in Washington, Oklahoma. They're not going to throw to the tight end very much, so you take those as they come, try to make the best of them. Hopefully, that's one deal. If you get the ball, go score. You might get a couple more later on in the season. Coach Miller might put that in his hip pocket.
Showed off some good speed, separated from the defense last week at tight end position. 4th down for the Roughnecks. Mendez snapped over his head. He's going to corral it and just kick it. Decent punt for being rushed. And
pretty good job of getting that one off.
Warriors will take over inside their own territory. Inside Crooked Oak territory at the 48-yard line. I think it might have helped him, Kyle, that he was left-footed because he was able to kind of go that direction when the ball was bouncing.
Yeah, he might be able to get a scholarship at OSU. You know, Gundy likes some rugby-style punters. So.
They've been punting a lot lately, Kyle.
Yep.
1st and 10 for the Warriors. 5:01 left to go in the first quarter, and the Warriors lead 14-0. Cantrell brings his troops to the line. New formation here with Lane Steele to the left and Cole Scott to the right. Warriors showing off some new stuff. Cantrell takes a snap. He has Cole Scott in the flats. He's able to catch it. Makes a man miss. Now he's trying to run up the sideline. He's got some room to run. Good block by Kobe Scott. And finally brought down by number 25, Demoney Holt. Good pickup by Cole Scott on that reception.
Great blocking down there center. Easton Bergen went down the field, laying a little wood with Kobe down there. Was able to free up a couple of lanes there and pick up a couple extra yards. TJ, talking about, I'll get this in here in a minute, buddy.
Warriors playing fast. They send Lane Steele in motion. He comes back against the grain, hands it off to Cole Scott up the middle. He keeps his legs turning and gets tackled right around the 3-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Warriors. Go ahead, Kyle.
Oh, I was just you're knocking on my Cowboys, punting a lot. Little fun fact for you last week, Kansas Jayhawks did not have their first punt until the 4th quarter of that game.
A lot of disgruntled OU fans. They opened the gates up for the KU fans last week to come in free like it was a high school football game. Cantrell takes snap, hands it off to Cole Scott. Breaks the tackle and is in the end zone. Touchdown, Warriors. 3-yard touchdown plunge by Cole Scott. Gives the Warriors a 20-0 lead over Crooked Oak. Nice job by Cole Scott to make the man miss in the hole, cut back to the right, and get the score. 20-0 lead with 3:48 to go in the first quarter. Hegeman in for the extra point. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is good. Warriors lead 21-0. Watching Warrior football on WashingtonWarriors.tv.
Company, call us at 405-288-0233 and we can put you in contact with the local professional heat and air company. All the employees of APS want to wish Coach Brad Beller and the rest of the Warriors and coaching staff the best of luck this football season. Go Warriors!
It's no secret Pioneer Cellular cares about the students of our communities, because we're in your communities, with more retail locations than any other carrier in Western Oklahoma. It's no secret that we provide opportunities for students to learn remotely with distance learning plans and MiFi devices. We also help these schools live stream their games, so family members across the country don't miss the action. We sponsor schools and colleges because your children deserve the best. Pioneer Cellular. It's no secret.
Welcome back, Warrior fans. TJ Schultz here with Kyle Harris. Warriors lead 21-0 against Crooked Oak Roughnecks. Mason Thomas with the squib kick and almost goes over. Fumble.
Washington's got it.
And Cole Beller on the spot gets the mishandled kickoff at the 35-yard line of Crooked Oak. Number 31, Victor Cordero, kind of didn't get underneath that ball, Kyle. He kept backing up, and the ball went a little bit over his head, and he bobbled it.
Slipped through those hands, hit him in the chest, and Cole Beller with the speed there to swoop that one up.
Warriors have the ball again at the Crooked Oak 35.
TJ, Washington off to a great start. These games, right, like this is a must. You've got to get off to a good start, but like you said, 21-0. But going to the team stats here, TJ, Washington's averaging 45.9 points a game.
And could be more.
That's pretty impressive.
Look for Kobe Scott right here. They wanted to get him going early in this game. They faked the handoff. He's looking left up the seam. This time it's to Ben Vaughn. And he makes a man miss, breaks some ankles, touchdown. 35-yard touchdown strike from Major Cantrell to Ben Vaughn. And the Warriors are on the board again.
That's some Odell Beckham moves right there, breaking some ankles, put a little juke on him. Getting in for another Washington quick strike.
Warriors able to convert after that turnover by the Roughnecks on the kickoff. Hegman on for the extra point again. High snap brought down by Hendricks. Kick is up and it's good. 3:16 to go. In the first quarter, Warriors lead 28-0. Watching Warrior football on WashingtonWarriors.tv.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
Warriors score quick again, up 28-0 over Crooked Oak. Mason Thomas teeing the ball up for the Warriors. Uriel Mendez back deep to receive. This time Thomas is able to kick it deep to Mendez. He gets the ball about the 15. Looking for room to run. Tripped up, tackled by number 30 for the Washington Warriors, Cade Norman. Number 11, Case Taylor there on the play as well. Now you got to wonder how much longer Coach Beller sticks with his first team.
Yeah.
Although you want to get them some reps.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It's hard playing these games, TJ, because if your guys are only getting a quarter of play, you know, even preparing for a week of football like this, you're not going to run your first string to death. So, like you said, it'll be tough for Coach Beller to kind of see how long he leaves these guys in the ballgame.
Rodriguez hands it off up the middle. Rhett Vaughn there meeting the running back, Jake Coles, and Nathan Spaulding. Number 70, Big Dom Jackson. Kyle, a lot of the guys on the football team said if Dom Jackson never figured out how mean he could be, he'd be a wrecking force.
He'd be deadly. You know, he's gonna have to step up too with Rope Scott. I hadn't talked about Rope Scott, but potential being out all season, injury. So you've got some of them guys that have had limited reps this year that are really gonna have to step up and down the stretch have a lot of playing time.
Rodriguez throws it out to the flats and gets it complete. Good job by the Crooked Oak offensive player to make some guys miss. Passes brought in by Damani Holtz. He's close to the first down. Tough running by the running back
Holt, great effort right there. Kept trying to stretch the play, missed a couple tackles, and made some guys miss. And then, like you said right there, where you saw it on the screen there, kind of stretched that ball out, trying to get for that first down marker. The coach thought they were having it. He's arguing the spot right now. They're going to go ahead and wave the chains, give them a first down. But give it up to Holt. Great effort right there.
Holt, only a freshman. A very young Crooked Oak team with 3 seniors on the roster. 2 of them are playing tonight. One of them's injured on this senior night. Rodriguez bobbles a snap and is bunned down by number 70, Dom Jackson. Jax Hendricks and Nathan Spalding in on the play as well. Bring up second down and 10 for the Roughnecks.
TJ, we'll talk about some 2A scores here. Little local teams here, Purcell and Lex. Purcell's up 7-6.
Oh, wow.
Got Kiefer, Metro Christian. That game is 6-6. Kind of an odd score there.
Yeah, Metro Christian surprisingly gets smoked by Victory Christian a couple weeks ago and made me wonder if they're trying to lose that game on purpose, but we'll see. Rodriguez throwing deep. Jamison Holland almost comes up with his 4th interception on the season. Good job breaking that pass up, intended for number 4, Davion Hill.
Hill went up. That's kind of a battle there.
Hill's got a couple
Holland's a little bit shorter than him, but you've seen all the hands go up right there. Both guys trying to fight for that ball at the high point there.
Victory. The Metro Christian score is interesting. You got to wonder if there's what's going on over there, coming off of back-to-back state championships in Class 2A. Rodriguez got a blitz coming, looking for the screen. He just wisely throws it away. Nothing doing. Pressure brought by Rhett Vaughn. Entire defensive line, in fact. And the Roughnecks will be forced to punt with 46 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Got a couple of scores for y'all. Beggs up 14-0 over Haskell. Let's see here. Victory Christian's up 16-0 over Henrietta. Adair 8-7 over Rejoice Christian. That's a pretty good ball game right there.
The next week, Beggs and Victory Christian play for that district championship, so that'll be a game to keep an eye on as well. Mendez, nice punt, rolls past the 40 and down inside the 40 at about the 36-yard line. But yeah, just looking at the playoff picture, Kyle, it's looking like the Warriors will be playing more than likely they'll be playing the 4th ranked team in the district that Marlowe and Lindsay are in, and right now it looks like it could be Lindsay.
Yeah.
A rematch of the game earlier on in this.
Tell you what, if they draw Marlowe, that's gonna be a pretty big ball game. TJ.
That'll be
Marlowe's pretty dang good this year.
That'll be later on down the line. And last year, I don't know if the brackets still work the same, but last year Marlowe was on the other side. They have a similar record as they did last year. Cantrell looking to pass, hits Hendricks on the out route. Hendricks looking for guys to miss. Now he's trying to break it across the field. An 11-yard gain on that play gives the Warriors a first down.
This is an odd game, TJ. Crooked Oak, they've kind of gone downhill over the last couple of years. Crooked Oak was a big school when I played. I remember my junior year, Crooked Oak was our only regular season loss. They came to Washington and put it on them, man. They had some stout kids, and they gave us a run for our money. And like I said, gave us up the only loss we had during our regular season. But kind of over the years, man, they've it's kind of been difficult to get kids come out and play here. So got some buddies over here that are in the school district, do some teaching, some coaching over here. And they say it's a struggle every day to get kids out, but give it up to these kids. It's good here. They're here on Friday night playing some football. And I like their effort so far.
For sure. That's the end of the first quarter. Warriors lead 28-0 over Crooked Oak. You're watching Warrior football on WashingtonWarriors.tv.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back, always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Welcome back to Crooked Oak. TJ Schultz here with Kyle Harris. The Warriors starting the first possession of the second quarter at the 36-yard line. Handoff goes to Cade Norman, pops it up, catches it.
Wow. That ball I don't know if it got stripped or punched out, came straight up into the air about 5 foot. Somehow landed back in his hands, TJ.
I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that where on a fumble. You see it on the interceptions all the time where the ball gets tipped and popped up way in the air. Cade Norman going to get a talking to over on the sideline about securing the ball, and Braden Arthur in to replace him. Got to figure Cole Scott tonight might be through. Braden Arthur with him and Cade Norman playing running back last night in the game against Hobart. Cantrell takes the snap and hands it off to Braden Arthur. He's able to get behind his blocking of his offensive line and get a first down on that play.
Pretty good little pickup by Arthur right there. Solid yardage, picking up a first down for Washington. TJ, going back to the game last night against Hobart, I say Roberts had a heck of a game last night.
Freshman quarterback looked really good, especially thrown into the wind. I feel like there's
that's the first thing I was going to say when he said that. That wind was blowing about 40 miles an hour last night.
Let me get out of the look in my backyard when I got home from work the other day, and there's all my stuff's against the fence line. Handoff goes to Arthur. He bounces it to the left and then to the right. He's got room to run, and he's in. Yeah. Touchdown, Warriors. 30-yard touchdown run by Braden Arthur puts the Warriors on the board again.
Touchdown, Washington.
Big hole there for Braden Arthur created by the line, and then he uses his speed.
Stretch it. You hit that second level, have that big of a hole with nobody on that outside. With his jets, you're just going to turn it on.
We talked about it earlier this year with the Warriors track team. He's one of those guys that competed for that 4x1 spot. Him and Cole Scott, and Kobe Scott, and Luke Hendricks, and Hunter Jackson. There's a lot of those guys, 4, 5, 6 guys that they had that they could put in and out of that 4x1, 4x2 spot. Lane Steele at the 4x2. A lot of speed there for the Warriors. They're able to show it off there. 9:24 to go in the first half. Warriors lead 35-0. Watching Warrior football on WashingtonWarriors.tv.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases,
Mason Thomas set to kick. High end over end kick is bobbled. Finally recovered by Crooked Oak. Warriors smelling blood. Gang of Warriors. Cole Beller down there at the bottom pile, 24. Hudson Howard as well. Roughnecks, kind of hard to see from this angle, Kyle, where the ball has been placed. Looks like it's inside the 20-yard line, about the 18.
Yeah, numbers are a little faded.
Yeah, someone didn't come out and paint those last night, it looks like. We're starting to mix in some more players. They keep their corners in, Kobe Scott and Lane Steele. Reese Stevens, the safety. Jax Hendricks, the safety. Rodriguez takes the snap. Hands it off, but there's nothing doing. Hayden Milner. Jake Coles, it looks like, there to stop him. Bring up second down and 10. 7:20 to go and counting in the first half. Check that, 2nd and 9. 1 yard gain for the Roughnecks. A little different pace of this game, Kyle. Last week, Holdenville choosing to pass it as much as they could. Rodriguez fakes this handoff. Now he's looking to throw deep. has a chance to get Davion Hill, but it is incomplete. He tried to get him to run up the sideline. Good coverage there by Lane Steele.
Good coverage. Had a step or two on Lane, though. If he was able to kind of land in there in that soft spot. Overthrew it just a hair.
Good pressure brought by the Warrior defensive line to make Rodriguez run out to the left. Kind of tough to get your body squared up when you're rolling to the left and be accurate with your pass. Now the Warriors looking like they're going to double team Hill with Stevens.
Reverse?
Reverse now. And Hill makes a man miss, but doesn't make too many miss. Baylor Haynes and Hayden Milner in the backfield.
Cole Beller made him miss, but you turn back into Mr. Milner coming full speed.
And
you're in trouble.
Huge loss on the play. It brings up 4th down. You got to wonder here, Kyle, last couple snaps have been iffy for the Roughnecks. See if Mendez can get a good snap from his center. Nobody back to receive for the Warriors. A low ground ball snap is blocked at the line of scrimmage. The Warriors fall on it. Cole Beller sees that he has enough room with nobody's around, just falls on it. 26-yard line, it looks like, is where the Warriors will take over.
Wonder if Cole wanted to pick that one up.
You kind of think he wanted to.
You got plenty of guys standing around there, that ball rolling around.
I saw Kobe Scott over there, too, and looked like he could have. He just got away from it, but Cole Beller
might have got a talking to by Brad if he'd picked that one up.
Thanksgiving's coming up. I wonder what that Thanksgiving talk might have been like with the Beller family. Nonetheless, it's 1st down and 10 for the Warriors at the 26-yard line. 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the first half. Cantrell in the pistol formation, hands it off to Cole Scott. He spins off of a defender and another defender as he's tackled right around the 20-yard line. An 8-yard gain will bring up 2nd down and 2 for the Warriors. Surprised to see Cole Scott out there still?
Yeah, I figured he was done because
they brought in Cade and Braden.
That last series, he didn't even get a snap. So I'm like you, I figured he was done, but Brad maybe. With the field position here, give him one more chance at it.
They hand it off to Cole Scott. He's looking for room up the middle. Good blocking by the line. That will give him a 1st down near the 10-yard line. Right about the 12 is where the officials will spot it.
Looks like about 8.
Warriors trying to play a little quickly here. Cage Morris, Jackson Hendricks, Jamison Holland in the receiver positions. Another handoff to Cole Scott at the middle. The 5 breaks a tackle and in for the touchdown. 12-yard touchdown run by Cole Scott gives him his 2nd score of the evening.
Probably could have walked that one in with that hole. Huge hole there.
Showed some physicality there by blowing up that roughneck line. Hegeman in for the extra point. Crooked Oak running defenders in. Low snap. Kick is up. And it's good. With 2:53 to go in the first half, Warriors lead 42-0. Watching Warrior football on WashingtonWarriors.tv.
We can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Welcome back to Crooked Oak High School. Warriors lead 42-0. after a nice touchdown run by Cole Scott. Mason Thomas set to kick. Kicks it deep. Ball bounces around inside the 5. And the returner is able to have a pretty good return down to about the 17-yard line.
Who's up the hit? 38?
38 would be Mason Singletary. Mason Singletary had a nice run on a reverse play last night against Hobart. You know, a lot of these guys looking to get action in tonight too as well.
Mason got him a pick 6 against Lex a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
He's getting some reps, man. Good quality reps. That's what these young guys ought to be cashing in on, getting in these ball games.
Crooked Oak taking over at about the 17-yard line. Rodriguez takes the snap, hands it off.
Nothing.
And Milner
blow it up.
Able to get off his block, and man-child tackling him in the backfield.
Wonder where Daddy's at. He don't have that fence to stand on over here tonight. He's usually up on about that third rung of that fence. Warriors on defense. Not a lot of standing room over there.
35 seconds left to go in the half. The clock is running. Jake Coles, Rhett Vaughn switching spots. Looks like Crooked Oak is getting the call from the sidelines, see if they try to run one more play before the end of the half. Rodriguez throws it to Mendez on the slant route, a little bit behind.
Yeah, had him open too, TJ. Just like you said, threw it a little bit behind, and he kind of had to make a 180 turn there to try to catch that ball. Yeah, that'll be the half.
That'll be the half. Quick lead. 42-0 at halftime. Watching Warrior football on WashingtonWarriors.tv.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Hey, Warrior fans, this is Brian Arthur. My wife Jennifer and I are proud sponsors of the Washington Warriors and would like to wish all the Warriors and their coaches the best of luck this season. When you need a locally owned company that you can trust, look no further. For over 20 years, we have offered all of our customers the best products and services in the industry. Whether it's residential or commercial, we got you covered. Give us a call or visit our website.
B&H Construction is a proud Warrior partner. They are the leading directional drilling contractor with major operational hubs all over Oklahoma and in Texas. Their involvement in and support of our community goes far beyond utility construction. They're also a good neighbor and friend. When experience and safety count, your best source for directional drilling is B&H Construction. Go Warriors!
Darren Beller and Jason Hendricks, owners of Air Product Supply in Goldsview, are proud to sponsor the Washington Warriors on Squirtle for the 2021 season. APS is the regional distributor of Climate Master geothermal heat and air equipment and Lux Air and Oxbox as well. If you are looking for a local heat and air service company, call us at 405-288-0233 and we can put you in contact with the local professional heat and air company. All the employees of APS want to wish Coach Brad Beller and the rest of the Warriors and coaching staff the best of luck this football season. Go Warriors!
It's no secret Pioneer Cellular cares about the students of our communities because we're in your communities with more retail locations than any other carrier in Western Oklahoma. It's no secret that we provide opportunities for students to learn remotely with distance learning plans and MiFi devices. We also help these schools live stream their games so family members across the country don't miss the action. We sponsor schools and colleges because your children deserve the best. Pioneer Cellular. It's no secret.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Welcome back to Crooked Oak High School. Warriors lead 42-0 at halftime. When we come back from this next break, we will have our college and pro breakdowns of football from this weekend and last weekend with our experts Jesse Carey and Dakota Barker. Watching Washington Warrior football on WashingtonWarriors.tv.
This is Jesse Carey, joined with Dakota Barker. We're here with the little halftime show. And Dakota, what's going around in the sports world?
Well, I mean, OU still ranked top 4. OSU coming off a heartbreaking loss to Iowa State. Big 12 rivalry right there, and just didn't go their way.
I have a good feeling about that game. I think Caleb Williams, I think he'll get it done for OU and the Sooners.
For sure. Going against Texas Tech, who just fired their head coach. So, I mean, you never know. Can't go in overestimating them. OU let them get too close with Kansas, and so we got to take care of business.
And we've seen Spencer Rattler recently. He's kind of, I thought he'd be more dramatic than he is. He's kind of taking a more calm approach to being benched.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot less talk from him than I thought would happen. I expected him, like, first week to be like, nah, I'm transferring. But there hasn't really been any of that.
He surprised me, and I've earned more respect for him because we've seen him be maybe not the best teammate, especially at the high school level on the show that he was on. There's a show he was on. He wasn't being a very good teammate, we'll say that. And we kind of see him being a good teammate now, and it's good to see because he probably will transfer, I imagine. I don't think he'll do what Jalen Hurts did. And, when Jalen got benched for Tua in the national championship game, Jalen didn't transfer. I think we'll probably see Rattler transfer and go play because most colleges would start him.
Yeah, for sure. He's not the QB for OU, I would say, but he is definitely a QB that I could see starting anywhere else in college football.
Around the Big 12, we have Texas-Baylor.
That's going to be a good game. I mean, Texas rivalry right there.
Iowa State and West Virginia, going to be another game I'm probably going to be watching.
Yeah, Iowa State back in the top 25 this week after the upset of Oklahoma State. So that will be a good matchup.
And Kansas, Oklahoma State, and we'll see if OSU can do a little better than OU did against them last week.
It always seems like they do. When they're not losing and OU's playing a bad team, it seems like OSU's always doing better. But when it gets against those tough teams, OU decides to come out and play. So
we saw in the NBA, the Thunder beat the Lakers after almost beating the Warriors. So
yeah, one really close game against the Warriors. Got just a heartbreaker of a loss. But then we got the Lakers coming into town, beating the defending champ Lakers.
Westbrook, back, he got a standing applause, but had a quadruple-double and 10 turnovers. He had quite a few of those here at Oklahoma City. And they say with this young Thunder team, with so many of these picks and the position we're at, they say, well, maybe 2-3 years down the line, this could be a legit team. I'm looking at this team, and they're competing with the the big dogs of the league, you could say. And I think this team could have went to the playoffs last year if they didn't tank. They lost so many games in a row, and they had a stretch of period. They lost 25 games, won 2 or 3. It just wasn't very good. But this year they're competing. They're playing hard because they're young guys, but they play hard.
I would argue to say that they're a young team, but I can see them competing next year or two.
That's for sure. And they have so many young, talented players on this team, and I can't wait to watch these guys develop. And around in the NFL, my Arizona Cardinals took their first loss to the Packers. It was a tough game. It was kind of a scrappy game.
It really was. It was a crazy and wild Thursday night game.
I think Green Bay proved something that they haven't been able to prove the last few years, that they're too Davante Adams reliant. I mean, he's the number one guy, and he's top 3, if not the best in the league. We saw him last year. Aaron Rodgers won the MVP with him. He's that kind of a caliber receiver, and he didn't play. And Lazard, their number 2 receiver, didn't play. It was Randall Cobb, which Aaron Rodgers and Randall Cobb go way back. But when they played without their number 1 and number 2 and were able to beat a 7-0 team.
And the Packers would have been a 7-0 team had they not got demolished in week 1 by the New Orleans Saints.
And going back to that week 1, that's kind of weird how that game turned out. Aaron Rodgers didn't play well. They scored 3 points. We saw Love come in. He's the reason I'm not a Packers fan at the moment. Didn't like that draft. Had to hop over to Arizona and watch Kyler Murray play. And the Browns, I don't know what to think of the Browns right now. They got it, they got it done against Denver, but I don't know what to think about the Browns. So many injuries on that team.
And that's gonna hurt them later in the year. I can see them being a team that contends for a playoff spot. But if they do not get their star players back from injury, they're not going to make it.
Oh, for sure. And I don't know what to think about this Odell situation. Trade deadline, I guess they're not trading him. I guess they're going to keep him, see if it works out. Another injury we forgot to mention was J.J. Watt having surgery for the Cardinals. That's a heartbreaking injury for him.
That is huge. That is absolutely huge. They brought him in over the offseason, came in, made the Cardinals' defense 110% better.
And it's not that his numbers are great in terms of total sacks, but, I mean, it has been lately, but first 4 games, I don't think he had a sack. But it's his pressure and he's just getting to the quarterback and making him, get incomplete passes, if not interceptions for this team. And he was a big impact player, and he could be back. I think he might be later on in the year, but he's going to have surgery on one of his shoulders. And we'll see if he can come back healthy.
And I think one thing that's gave the Cardinals defense so much success when you're not seeing that much success from J.J. Watt is that the offenses are paying so much attention to Watt that they're not paying attention enough to the other D linemen.
Oh, of course. And Chandler Jones, he's having a year, and he had 5 sacks in week 1. I'll never forget that performance. And let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys. I don't want to talk about them, but we have to now because they're a legitimate contender. What do you make of the Cowboys, Dakota?
Well, I think now that they got a solid offense, and then, of course, they have Diggs out there picking every game. I mean...
And I think he's still on track to beat the single-season interception record, especially with a 17th game. But with Diggs, you don't get the best coverage, but you get the playmaking ability. He's on par to allow the most yards in a season ever. Let that sink in. But he's also about to get the most interceptions ever, so you weigh the risk-reward with him. He's such a talented player.
And I think that just shows how aggressive he is. He's going to go after the ball, and he's not going to just, stay on the man. He's going to try to get him to throw towards him, and then he's going to go after the ball.
Yeah, he's an incredible, talented player, and Dak Prescott's having a pretty good season. You can make an argument that it's Tom Brady, Dak Prescott, and Kyler Murray for the MVP right now. And I think, talking about Tom Brady, the GOAT, Tampa Bay Bucks off to a great start, and I think they're probably my number 1 in the NFC right now to win it all. I think them and Green Bay look the best to me. Arizona, I'm kind of shaky on the injuries, and they're a little DeAndre Hopkins reliant like Green Bay was. I don't know if Green Bay are anymore with Randall Cobb, but I think he's going to go and be able to get to another championship.
If the Cardinals can keep Hopkins healthy, and if they can get Watt back, which I'm not sure they'll get him back, but if they can get keep Hopkins healthy, I don't know that anybody's going to stop him.
Rough part about Cardinals keeping people healthy, Kyler Murray, he's taking some hits this year. And, we got hurt a few times last year where he just didn't run very much, but he was able to get out there and keep throwing. And he's questionable this week, I believe he's on the questionable list. With his stature, we see guys like that get hurt all the time. We see Russell Wilson hurt this season. First time in a while we've seen him hurt, but he's hurt this season as well. And when you have these smaller quarterbacks, they tend to get hit, they get hurt more often. And hopefully Kyler can stay healthy.
Speaking of injuries, Patrick Mahomes is questionable coming into this week after taking a hard hit to the head against the Titans.
That was a rough game to watch if you're a Chiefs fan. That kind of wrapped up how the season was going. It's just, and man, when they had him wrapped up and the guy came and just knee right to the helmet, his neck bent backwards, and then his brother went on TikTok and started dancing. I didn't appreciate that very much.
Yeah, you got one person in the family football famous, one person TikTok famous. I mean, you can't have a more famous family.
Can't have a more famous family. And with the Chiefs, Dakota, obviously it's the defense. That's obviously Patrick Mahomes not playing the best. I believe he's tied for second, or he might be leading the league in turnovers with Zach Wilson. It's the defense for this team. I think they need to figure out. Mahomes, he'll pull it together. He's an experienced player now. He's been in big games and big moments, and he's performed great. And hopefully they can. I don't know what they can do this year. This might be a second-year thing for this team. I think they got to take a step back and say maybe we're not the contenders we used to be. Teams have caught up to us in the AFC, like the Bills, Browns are catching. Ravens, you could argue, Ravens are probably better than them overall this year. Lamar Jackson playing great. What do you think the Chiefs need to do this offseason if they're going to take a step back, get a decent draft pick?
I think definitely take a secondary defensive back. They have wide receivers and great talent at the wide receiver spot, but I just haven't seen very much effort from the wide receiver spot this year.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see if the Chiefs can pull it together, and we'll see if Crooked Oak can pull it together. Warriors up 42-0 at half, and this has been your halftime show with Jesse Carey and Dakota Barker.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Welcome back to Crooked Oak Warrior fans. TJ Scholes here with Kyle Harris. Halftime show. Information brought to you from Jesse Carey and Dakota Barker, a couple students at Washington High with some high sports IQ, providing some college and NFL updates for the fans out there. Good to hear them practice that. Warriors up 42-0 at halftime over Crooked Oak in a first half that showed the Warriors able to move the ball fairly at ease, Kyle.
Yeah. Turn my mic up here. Yeah, they pretty much moved it at will against the Roughnecks here in this first half. Cole Scott, 7 carries, 2 TDs, 49 yards. Cade Norman, 1 carry for 13 yards. Braden Arthur, 2 carries for 38 yards, 2 TDs. And then a kickoff return
From
by
Lane
Lane
Steele,
Steele.
yeah.
Major, 5 for 6 with 97 yards there in the first half. Pretty good go at passing. And then also got to open the door here.
Yeah, Major Cantrell's shown a great propensity with his completion percentage all year long. Very good, very accurate quarterback for the Warriors at that QB position.
Yeah, give it up to the line, though, tonight, TJ. A lot of that comes from that line, giving him time to set back there and pick to who he wants to throw to and get the ball off, make a good pass. And he was able to go 5 for 6 there in that first half. So another dropped kickoff here.
Warriors able to bring down the roughneck running back, led by number 25, Isaiah Tyler, and number 24, Hudson Horton. Major with 1,500 yards passing and 23 touchdowns to 2 interceptions on the season, completing around 60% of his passes. That's a pretty good mark for the sophomore quarterback. The Warriors made wholesale substitutions at half. Ben Vaughn still in the ball game. He didn't get a lot of action, if any, last night in the JV game, sophomore linebacker. But the rest of them are pretty much the same guys that played last night. Rodriguez takes the snap, looking to pass, fakes a pass, and makes Baylor Haynes jump. Now he's trying to throw it deep, intended for receiver Davion Hill. He's caught. Coverage is right there by Isaiah Tyler. Just a jump ball, and Hill came down with it.
Isaiah right there, like you said, in his hip pocket. And pretty good pitch and catch right there. Big first down, probably the biggest first down for the Roughnecks tonight. Flexing a little bit coming out here first half, or coming out here to start the second half.
Davion Hill, a junior. Rodriguez, a junior as well. I think they've been throwing that pass to each other quite a bit as they've grown up. Rodriguez takes the snap, now throws it to Hill on the sideline, and it's just over his head, incomplete. Bring up second down 10. Go ahead, Kyle.
TJ, two stats of that first half really kind of stick out to me, though, besides everything else in a game like this. 0 penalties and 0 turnovers.
That's important. You want to play a clean game as you come out against the undermatched opponent, and the Warriors have done a good job of that so far. You look back the last 3 weeks ago against Lexington, they were kind of sloppy, even though the game was still lopsided. You can see that the Warriors over the last 2 weeks have corrected those mistakes and got off to quick starts and put the game away early. Second and 10, high snap, is just fallen down on by Pablo Rodriguez. 10-yard loss.
With that ball, he went to fall on it. That ball started to jump up. He kind of wrapped that arm around it. Thought it was going to get through. It might not have been good if it didn't. If he didn't swoop that one up, might have been a free ball for the defense with nobody back there.
You see that a lot now with the popularity of the shotgun formation in high school and in college, where quarterbacks are looking at the defense and not keeping an eye on the ball. When that ball gets snapped, sometimes they lose track of it and end up in a fumble. 3rd and long for the Roughnecks. This time Rodriguez is able to corral it, but he is met in the backfield by Baylor Haynes. Looked like Baylor might have stripped it. He got a fumble return last night, and he did. Washington ball. Job by Baylor Haynes. Baylor last night in the JV game was able to come up with a huge turnover at an important time in the ball game that was able to increase the lead over the Hobart Bearcats in their JV game last night.
Baylor he was running back out in the field like he didn't know it was, he stripped it in a turnover there.
Yeah, come back and play offensive line now. Looks like it might be center. 1st and 10. Jax Hendricks now the quarterback for the Warriors. They send Beller in motion. Handoff is fake to Cade Norman, and Hendricks is drugged down by Uriel Mendez. About 1 yard on the play, maybe. He'll bring up second down. Thought he was going to hand it off to Cade Norman. Decided to pull it, run the option. Cole Beller.
and 9.
2nd and 9 with 7:40 to go in the third quarter. Norman behind Hendricks in that pistol formation. They hand it off.
Big
Norman.
hole.
He's got a lot of room to run to the right side. He's going to try to get out to the edge. Tatum Wilk blocking for him. Touchdown. 30, 40, I can't see the yard markers. 36-yard touchdown run by Cade Norman. Good blocking on the perimeter by Tatum Wilk. Just bring him free.
You called it. Tatum out there laying the wood out front. Was able to free him up a little bit. You seen the Jets there by Cade. Turn them on, buddy. And gets in for another Warrior 6.
Well, hold on a second, Kyle. It looks like they might have been pushed out of bounds. Kind of hard to see at that far angle, so it's going to be 1st and goal about the 3.
He was in.
Cade Norman now looking for more room to run. He's in now. There's your touchdown run for Cade Norman. A 3-yard touchdown plunge by the sophomore running back. Pushes the score up to 48-0.
Kickoff returns run down the field. They're gonna have to come back off. Got a PAT attempt here.
Yeah, 56. 56. Michael Morrison looking for his teammates, and we're not out here. That kid's just a freshman. Yeah, Warriors trying to get in there as well. Hageman on for the extra point. Snap down, kick up, and it's good. With 6 minutes to go in the third quarter, Warriors lead 49-0. Watching Warrior football on WashingtonWarriors.tv.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Welcome back to Crooked Oak. Warriors lead 49-0. You saw in the last advertisement opportunities for businesses and everyone else that wants to support these student athletes so we can keep this platform for free. You can download the Squirtle app, watch the Pay Dirt app.
Tap that app.
Tap that app. The touch of a finger and be able to watch Warrior football from your mobile device. Thomas kicks it off. Ball was corralled at the 5-yard line. Met hard.
Yeah.
Hit hard by a Warrior
38.
defender. Looked like Wyatt Wilk might have been in there as well.
Mason Singletary, yeah.
Wyatt Wilk, one of the strongest kids on the team. Knocks down the defender at the 18-yard line. But yeah, we want to thank our sponsors for donating and
need some more.
Providing advertisement through commercials and through the corner flyers. Able to raise some money, but still hadn't had enough to raise the cost or raise for the cost of the equipment and web page. Still the first season though, second season I guess. We covered a little bit of softball. As Rodriguez hands it off to the running back up the middle.
Got some guys going to do basketball too, TJ, and told you I'm a big baseball guy. I'm looking forward to baseball season. Maybe cover a little bit of baseball, get some home games, and see if we can do all we can. Looking forward to that. Keep covering all the other sports too. I mean,
yeah, it's about to get real busy with junior high basketball starting up here in a couple weeks. And then of course high school basketball we're gonna wait till football is over. So, and hopefully that's a while away. Hopefully it's not till December 10th.
Yep.
In the championship game. 2nd down and 7 for the Roughnecks. Rodriguez hands it off to DeMoney Holt, and he is brought down by Case Taylor. Check that. That is Turner. That is Turner that ran the ball there. Make it 3rd down and 9.
Case Taylor getting some good reps this year.
He has,
he's a good-looking kid, big stocky kid, and comes in at that linebacker position, can fill them holes pretty quick.
I was real impressed with him in that CCS game. CCS coming out with huge line splits on the offensive line. He just ran through there and able to provide a lot of pressure on their talented quarterback. Rodriguez looking to throw deep, and he is wrapped up and sacked by Baylor Haynes. Another sack for the sophomore defensive lineman. Make it 4th down Baylor Haynes able to get off the block of Angel Babadillo Degadillo from Crooked Oak and get to the quarterback. 2:36 to go in the third quarter, and the Roughnecks will be punting. No one back for the Warriors as they show a safe formation. Last time, Mendez had to corral the snap off the ground. This time's a little bit better, and it's blocked, and it's picked up by Jake Coles. We'll see if he's in, and he's in for another touchdown for the Warriors. Jake Coles, his second defensive touchdown of the year.
Second. Could have been 3. He could have had another one, but earlier in the year, his mom and dad, make sure they told him about that earlier in the year, but he can't. They're not going to be able to say nothing about that one. He was in on that one. Great pump block, swooped up by Jake Coles right there. I like to see them young guys getting in, TJ.
2 touchdowns on the year for him. Hegman on for the extra point attempt. Kicks up, and it's good. And with 1 minute and 30 seconds to go in the third quarter, the Warriors lead 56-0. You're watching Warrior football on WashingtonWarriors.tv.
Hey, Warrior fans, this is Brian Arthur. My wife Jennifer and I are proud sponsors of the Washington Warriors and would like to wish all the Warriors and their coaches the best of luck this season. When you need a locally owned company that you can trust, look no further. For over 20 years, we have offered all of our customers the best products and services in the industry. Whether it's residential or commercial, we got you covered. Give us a call or visit our website.
Welcome back to Oklahoma City, where the Warriors lead 56-0 over the Crooked Oak Roughnecks. Warriors the #1 ranked team in the state. Wrapping up. Potentially, I have to go back and look at everybody else's record, but I'm sure the Warriors have the district title in hand already, being undefeated with CCS, #2 in the district so far. Mason Thomas kicks it deep, and the ball bounces around. The poor Crooked Oak defender. Ball took a bad bounce and kind of just stood there, Kyle, and he got knocked down by Jordan Kilmer.
Pretty good hit by Kilmer right there.
Wyatt Wilk.
Go to a couple scores around Class 2A here. Beggs at Haskell. Beggs up big, 44-6. Rejoice Christian at Adair, 28-16. Who else we got here? Marlowe and Frederick. Marlowe's up 21-0. Game we were looking at, TJ, Jones and Prague. Pretty good ball game right there. Jones up 28-14 on that one.
Wow.
Metro and is it Kiefer or Kiefer? Kiefer.
You Western Oklahoma people don't know about God's Country on the east side.
Yeah,
Kiefer.
so Metro's up 19-12. That game's at half. Who else we got here? Victory Christian, Henrietta. Victory Christian's up big, 45-0. Holdenville Christian Heritage, pretty tight ball game right there. Second quarter, Christian Heritage up 14-6.
Wow.
The Wood at Star Spencer. Millwood's up 35-0. And that's all we got right here.
Christian Heritage, the opponent for next week, will be traveling back to the city area to face the Crusaders of Christian Heritage. It will be, if they're only beating Holdenville by 8. Is that right?
Yeah.
Christian Heritage a little bit down compared to the previous years. That's one of the things I'm sure the coaching staff for the Warriors have been challenged with, is trying to keep these guys locked in over the last, you go back to after that CCS game, games have kind of been out of hand early. It looks like we might be on our way to another one of those next week. Looks like they got a new quarterback in, Davion Hill, the quarterback spot. He's going to run it up to the right, and he is tackled by Hudson Howard.
Should have been tackled in the backfield, was able to scramble a little bit, pick up, looked like about 2 or 3 yards.
Tatum Wilk there, along with the tackle with Hudson Howard as well.
Yeah, but TJ, going back to what you were talking about, with the district kind of being down, it's not. You talked about it being a challenge for the coaches, but it's not something you want for your guys.
Exactly.
I hate to look ahead, but me and you have both talked about it. We may not see another tough opponent until second round of the playoffs. So
right.
That's got to be tough on these starting guys only getting to play really 1 quarter a week.
The good thing is you got a bunch of seniors that have played a lot of football games since they were freshmen, so they kind of know. They've been in big ball games. Hill throws to Rodriguez this time. They switch their spots and hits Rodriguez in the face with the football. Rodriguez unable to come down with that and make it third down in about 7. But
well, another thing you can kind of tip your hat on is you got a pretty good young bunch too. So these seniors in practice do get to see a good ball club.
Right.
Like you said, our JV went to Holdenville last night and played their varsity and ended up
Hobart, right?
Or Hobart.
Yeah.
I keep saying Holdenville. Went to Hobart last night and ended up handling that game pretty well. So
anytime
like
you got a
they get
JV
good
team,
reps in practice.
JV team that can beat a varsity team, you gotta like your chances. Hudson Howard sprints in and gets the first attack on the quarterback Davion Hill to slow him down. Wyatt Wilk and 65, Kane Lampkin in to finish up the job. A loss of about 1 on the play will bring up 4th down for the Roughnecks.
I'll tell you what, that's one kid that's definitely put on some speed. Is old Kane Lampkin right there on the defensive line. He's been one of them kids, and he's always been in the backfield, but he's definitely got a little quickness to him now.
Roughnecks are going to punt. 9:46 to go in the game. Uriel Mendez gets the snap. High punt. Warriors get away from it. Closest Warrior player is number 27, Cole Arthur. Down inside of Crooked Oak territory at about the 37-yard line, and the Warriors will take over. But yeah, it's got to be, they're probably getting better looks in practice against their second team than they would against, that they've gotten the last couple weeks, Kyle.
Yeah, good reps. Looks like we're going to see Mr. Nate Roberts here come in at quarterback. And like you said, he played a full game last night. We'll see what he has to offer against Crooked Oak tonight. Threw some really good balls last night, TJ. Like you said, into that 30, 40-mile-an-hour wind last night. Throw some balls that he threw. Watch that game a little bit. Some of the receivers kind of had some drop balls, but he could have had a lot more completions than what he had.
Hudson Howard gets the handoff. Speedy freshman tailback is able to pick up 10 yards on his first carry. Find out next week what the prognosis is on defensive lineman Rope Scott, 4-year starter for the Warriors. He's leading the team in tackles for losses this year with 12.
Yeah, that
caused 2 fumbles already. Had a touchdown. Almost had one last week. And it's kind of a freak injury accident where he's celebrating his team's success on the sideline. And
yeah, wasn't even really an in-game play. It was kind of off the whistle, and like you said, that's one guy you do not want to see go down, and it's definitely, he's one of the guys going to be missed. Good kid, great kid. Enjoyed watching him play the last couple of years, and him being a senior this year, that one's going to be tough on him. So wish him nothing but the best.
Yeah, hopefully he can come back from that. He'll have a couple of weeks of rest, and we'll see how that injury affects him. He's the active leader. Tied for the active leader in sacks right now with the Warriors, 6 career sacks and 14 quarterback hurries. And just a mean, tough kid that the Warriors are going to miss if they can't get him back for the playoffs. 8:28 to go in the ball game. Warriors lead 56-0. Warriors looking to run some clock before they snap it. Kilmer in at the receiver spot for the Warriors. Nate Roberts taking his time. Back judge gives the 10-second count for the quarterback. Handoff goes to Hudson Howard. Spins off a defender and is finally brought down by Gerardo Garcia. Nice tackle by the junior defensive back for the Roughnecks.
At the conclusion of this drive, we will have the 5 raffle winners.
Warriors again taking their time. trying to see, we have a tough angle here, Kyle. I'm trying to see who all the other receivers are in for Washington. Looks like number 74, Wyatt Denton's in at that left guard position. 2nd down and 4. Handoff again goes to Hudson Howard. He breaks some tackles and he's in. Touchdown! 27-yard touchdown run by Hudson Howard. Puts the Warriors up 62-0.
Looked like a pinball there. I thought they were going to have him. The middle was a little congested there and somehow snuck through and turned it on. Was able to get in for another one.
In for the extra point is Sam Hegman. Tatum Wilk now set to hold.
Hegman, if he's not getting any reps in practice, he's got some in the games the last couple of weeks. I'll promise you that.
Good snap. Kick is up. And it's good. With 6:30 to go in the ball game, Warriors lead 63-0. Watching Warrior football on WashingtonWarriors.tv.
B&H Construction is a proud Warrior partner. They are the leading directional drilling contractor with major operational hubs all over Oklahoma and in Texas. Their involvement in and support of our community goes far beyond utility construction. They're also a good neighbor and friend. When experience and safety count, your best source for directional drilling is B&H Construction. Go Warriors!
Darren Beller and Jason Hendricks, owners of Air Product Supply in Goldsview, are proud to sponsor the Washington Warriors on Squirtle for the 2021 season. APS is the regional distributor of Climate Master geothermal heat and air equipment and Lux Air and Oxbox as well. If you are looking for a local heat and air service company, call us at 405-288-0233 and we can put you in contact with the local professional heat and air company. All the employees of APS want to wish Coach Brad Beller and the rest of the Warriors and coaching staff.
Welcome back to Crooked Oak. Warriors lead 63-0. Mason Thomas set to kick. Back to receive. Number 28, Miguel Villegas. He bounces it off his helmet.
Uh-oh.
It's a loose ball. We'll see if the Warriors are able to come up with it. And they are. Let's see who recovered it. Number 24, Hudson Howard, the young man who just scored the touchdown.
You need to put some stickum on them hands. That's several of those tonight that went right through the hands, bounced off the shoulder pads in the front, and ricocheted forward about 5 yards, DJ.
Yeah, Miguel came up on that a little bit too fast. The Warriors will now have the ball at the 28-yard line. Crooked Oak getting their first victory this year earlier. In a couple of years, Kyle, they had a nice article in the paper, Daily Oklahoman, about that. It was a very emotional win for the players and coaches. 4 minutes to go in the ball game. Warriors waiting for the 10 count from the back judge, and they finally get it. Roberts settles in, hands it off. Wyatt Wilk met in the backfield. Number 8, Pablo Rodriguez, and number 55, Keetwan Fisher, there to meet him in the backfield. Loss of a couple yards makes it 2nd and 12 for the Warriors.
Yeah, got a pretty young offensive line in here in that play. Crooked Oak pinned their ears back and blew that one up, TJ.
Blake Lindert in at that left tackle position. He's on the cross country team. They're going for state tomorrow at Edmond Santa Fe. If you guys don't have anything to go, 12 o'clock for the ladies and 12:20 for the men. Trying to bring home another state championship for the Warriors. Wyatt Wilk again met in the backfield by Rodriguez along with Armando Garay. Another loss on the play will bring up 3rd down and long for the Warriors. Diego Sabredra as well on the tackle. 2:46 to go in the ball game. Warriors lead 63-0. 3rd and long for the Warriors. Roberts waiting to get the snap. High snap, corralled, hang in there by Wyatt Wilk, and he's tackled by Angel Degadillo. For no gain on the play, he'll bring up 4th down for the Warriors.
Number 50, Christian Hernandez, and number 56, Michael Morrison.
TJ, that's 3 plays in a row Wilk has been handed to and met at the line of scrimmage or behind.
Yeah, you're talking about the young offensive line. They have, we mentioned Blake Linder, who's a freshman. Looks like 56 is not Rope Scott, but they're wearing Rope Scott's jersey. Baylor Haynes in there at the right tackle position.
I think that maybe Canyon.
56 is a, we'll have to check that number again, but yeah. It's 66, check that. That's Jackson Bird. 51, not 61, Baylor Haynes. 51, we do not have a number for. And so, yeah, like you say, it's a thin-looking offensive line, Kyle.
Yeah.
It's not the big hog mollies that we're used to seeing in the first 2 guys, or first 2 groups. That run will end up short of the first down.
Yeah, be the first turnover
down.
for Crooked Oak.
With a minute and 15 seconds, the Roughnecks will take over at their own 27-yard line. Rodriguez in at the receiver position this time again. Davion Hill at the quarterback spot. 55 seconds and counting. Handoff goes, looks like to number 25, DeMoney Holt. Brought down by 48, Wyatt Wilk. 64, Cody Dennis substituting in for Blake Lindert. As the clock winds down, we'll see if there's one more snap in this game.
77 in Anthony Tabor as well. The nose guard there.
85, Evan Peters playing corner for the Warriors right now. Handoff again to Villegas. Jackson Bird, Mason Singletary in there to tackle.
Wrap it up.
Third down and 7.
And that's what's going to do it. Warriors with another convincing win, 63-0 over Crooked Oak, Kyle.
Quick game, hour and 25 minutes, buddy. Quick, and like you said, that's what you expect. Your starters coming in really only playing 1 quarter tonight, TJ. With the end score of 63-0 here. Give it up to Crooked Oak, though, coming in playing the best game that they probably could. You know, not a whole lot of guys on the roster, but you know, give it up to the guys that showed up tonight and came to play. It's good to see kids out here playing and talking to some other guys that work around here. It's definitely a struggle to get enough guys to come out for football. So they've got a team full, and you know, like I said, tip your hat to them. And Washington going 9-0 on the year, still number 1 in the state, and we go up in the city next week again, on the road again. And we'll go up there and do another game.
Yeah, Christian Heritage next week before the playoffs start. We'll get a clearer picture of what that's going to look like after this week. And then especially next week, whenever we finish up week 10 of football, we're going to wrap up the season as district champs again for this. I know it's the 2nd year in a row, might be the 3rd year in a row.
Yep.
But again, we'll have to get with Coach Beller about how many years in a row it made playoffs. Big time playoff streak by the Warriors, and again, one of the favorites to win it this year. It's been a pleasure calling these games with you, Kyle. And, we look forward to calling a lot more, but Warriors again come out in dominating fashion and just overmatched the Crooked Oak Roughnecks. They win tonight here in Oklahoma City, 63-0. You've been watching Warrior football on Washington Warriors TV. Good night, and go Warriors.
Best of luck this football season. Go Warriors.
It's no secret Pioneer Cellular cares about the students of our communities because we're in your communities with more retail locations than any other carrier in Western Oklahoma.